Hello everyone, welcome to Angel's class. In today's class, we are going to see about field effect transistor. So this field effect transistor is a device in which the flow of output current is controlled by an electric field. And there are three unique features of this FET. So FET is an unipolar device and it is a voltage control device. It is so called as voltage controlled because the output is controlled by the electric field which we are giving in the gate terminal. And the third important feature is that it has high input impedance. Next one is classification of it. So this FET can be majorly classified into two types. One is JFET and another one is your MOSFET. So this JFET can be further classified into two types based on the channel. One is N channel and another one is P channel. Whereas your MOSFET can be classified into two types based on the modes of operation. It can be further classified into your N channel as well as your P channel. Symbol of FET. This FET has three terminals. One is drain and another one is gate and the third one is source. So based on N channel and P channel, current direction determines whether it is N channel or P channel FET. For your N channel, in the gate terminal, the current direction should be pointed inwards to the transistor. Whereas your P channel FET, this current direction should be marked outward. Next, we are going to see the construction of N channel JFET. So to construct this N channel JFET, I am going to take an N-type bar which is made of silicon, and two ohmic contacts are made at the two ends of bar, that is in your top and your bottom. Okay, so that ohmic contacts is for your source and drain. So P type is doped on two opposite ends, that is in the middle part for your gate terminal. The space between these junctions is called as a channel. So if you are going to design an N channel JFET, you have to take the corresponding N type silicon bar, whereas if you are going to construct your P type, you have to take P type substrate. Explanation about terminals of the FET. In FET, we having major three terminals. One is source, drain and gate. So see this diagram. Source is the terminal through which the majority carriers enter the bar. So this terminal is connected to the negative polarity, and the drain is the terminal through which the majority carriers leave the bar. So this is connected to positive pole of battery. And the third one is gate. So this gate is going to be heavily doped by P type silicon, that is diffused on both the sides of N type bar in the middle part. So next one is operation of N channel JFET. So this operation we are going to see three cases. So first case is when VGS and VDS is equal to 0. So VGS is your gate source voltage and VDS is your drain source voltage. When no voltage is applied between the drain to source and gate to source, so the thickness of the depletion region around the PN junction is uniform. This is the first case. And case 2, when VGS is equal to 0 and VDS is increased from 0. So see this diagram, VGS is connected to your ground terminal and VDS is connected to a positive polarity voltage. So here the magnitude of this current depends on four major factors. One is the conductivity of the channel, second one length of the channel, third one cross sectional area of the channel, and fourth one is magnitude of VDS. So from this the resistance can be written in the formula as ratio of rho into length divided by A. So rho is your resistivity of the channel, and the drain current can be determined as the ratio of drain source voltage to the resistance. We have already the resistance value. Now substitute that resistance value in this drain current. So finally we will be having the drain current equation as A into VDS divided by rho into L. So because of this resistance of the channel and the applied voltage, there is a gradual increase in the positive potential along the channel, that is from your source and drain. Okay, so the majority carriers, that is the electrons, started to flow from this source to your drain, and so the conventional current will be opposite to that. So the drain current will be from drain to source. Okay, so now I am replacing this as a reverse voltage, and because of this reverse voltage across the PN junction, the thickness of depletion region started to increase. So in this diagram, see that the depletion region is increased from that you have already seen earlier. Okay. So, now when I am increasing this VDS voltage also, the cross sectional area will be considerably reduced, and at this voltage the channel is said to be pinched off and the drain voltage is called as pinch off voltage Vp. Third case is when VGS is equal to negative and VDS is increased from your 0. So, when I am giving a reverse bias to this PN junction, so this VGS is going to be further decreased from 0, and hence the thickness of depletion region in the channel is going to increase until the two depletion regions come in contact with each other. So, in this condition the channel is said to be a cutoff. Okay. So, the value of your gate source voltage that is required to cut off the channel is called your cutoff voltage. Next, we are going to see about the characteristics. So, in JFET we will be having two characteristics, one is your drain and another one is your transfer characteristics. So, this drain characteristics consists of three main regions. We will see what are they. So, a graph is drawn between VDS, which is your drain source voltage, and your drain current, okay, by keeping your VGS as a constant value. So, now I am going to increase the VDS from 0. So, this current ID increases along OP, which I have mentioned over here, that is from your origin to this point P, and at the rate of increase of ID with VDS increases, the region from VDS is equal to 0 up to this VP is called as ohmic region. So, this VP is your pinch off voltage. The drain to source resistance, that is your VDS divided by ID, is linear in this region. Next one is your pinch off region. So, it is the portion of the curve where whatever the voltage you are increasing in VDS, your drain currents remain saturated. It is not going to increase. Okay. So, that particular region is called as a saturation region, and that is also called as a pinch off region. Final one is a breakdown voltage. So, that is breakdown region. If you are going to increase your VDS voltage further, that is beyond your pinch off voltage, my ID will remain constant for a particular point of time, and even then you are going to increase your VDS, your channel is going to be cut off, that is your channel junction breaks down because of the avalanche effect. So, at this point my drain current will very rapidly increase, which causes the device to destroy completely. Next one is your transfer characteristics. So, this transfer characteristics you can draw across your gate source voltage with your corresponding drain current by keeping your drain to source voltage as a constant value. See this graph, when your VGS is equal to 0, IDS is of maximum value, that maximum value can be represented as IDSS, and the second condition is when VGS increases to the maximum, your drain current will be 0. So, that is marked in this curve. So, the relationship between your drain current and gate source voltage is non-linear, and this can be defined by your Shockley's equation. So, Shockley's equation is ID is equal to IDSS into 1 minus VGS divided by VP the whole squared. ID, you know that it is a drain current, and IDSS is the maximum value when VGS is equal to 0. So, VGS is your gate source voltage and VP is your pinch off voltage. Next, we are going to see the characteristics parameter of JFET. So, the first parameter is your transconductance. So, transconductance is the ratio of change in drain current to the change in gate source voltage. So, previously in transistor parameters we have mentioned it as delta. Here we have mentioned it as dou, since we are going to find the partial derivation later. Okay. So, GM is equal to delta, that can be also represented as dou ID divided by delta into VGS at a constant value of VDS. Now, I am taking the expression of drain current which we have seen earlier, and from that drain current I am going to formulate a mathematical expression. So, from this expression I am going to use this A minus B the whole squared formula, and I am expanding that particular term, and by doing the partial derivating with respect of gate to source voltage, I'll be having the equation as Gm is equal to minus 2 IDSS divided by Vp into 1 minus VGS divided by Vp. In this equation, I am going to substitute GMO instead of minus 2 IDSS divided by Vp term. Next parameter is my drain resistance. So, drain resistance is the ratio of change in drain to source voltage to the change in drain current. At this time, my gate source voltage should be kept constant. And the third parameter is my amplification factor. So, this amplification factor is defined as the ratio of drain source voltage to your gate source voltage. So, during this time, my drain current should be kept constant. So, there is a relationship between the transconductance and your dynamic output resistance. So, from your amplification factor, I am going to multiply and divide by your drain current. So, on multiplying and dividing this term, delta VDS divided by delta ID can be replaced as your drain resistance RD, and ID divided by VGS, which can be replaced by your transconductance term GM. And next one is advantages of JFET. So, it is unipolar device, which means the majority carriers can be happen only because of your either the holes or well as your electrons, and this FET is less noisy when compared to your BJTs, and it exhibits high input resistance. It is easy to fabricate, and this occupies a less space in integrated form. This FET devices are more stable with respect to your temperature variations, and is also less immune to your radiation. And next one is disadvantage of JFET. So, it has low gain bandwidth product, and it is very susceptible to load. The installation has to be happen very special with very special care. The voltage gain of JFET amplifier is very low, and the transconductance value is very small. And finally, the applications. So, JFET can be used as a switch or as an amplifier. So, it can be also used as an voltage variable resistor, which can be represented as VVR, and it is used as a buffer. It can be used in oscillatory circuits and in communication equipments. So, next one we are going to see is P-channel JFET. So, for this P-channel JFET, the symbol, the arrow mark should be pointed outward in the gate terminal, and the layered structure, you have to take a P-type silicon bar. In that, you have to make the N plus dopings for your gate, and this drain characteristics is similar to that your N-channel JFET. Drain characteristics of P-channel JFET, you will be having a positive side of VGS, and transfer characteristics. So, you have the positive values of VGS, and the drain current will be initially at IDSS, and finally it comes to VGS off. So, the working explanation is similar to that of N channel, except that in N channel you have the electron movement, whereas in your P channel you will be having your hole movement from your source to the drain. Okay, from that you have to rewrite the same explanation and operation which we have seen for the N-type JFET. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.